just bugging.
Hey man, what are we doing here?
We're checking out this 1961 Ragtop VW Beetle. It's called PeeWEE. This is a true survivor. So we're here to check it out and evaluate the motor as best we can while it's in the car. And I'm gonna do a compression test real quick because I have to see the results myself. But I've heard that it's already had a compression test. But check it out. All original. Even the interior. And of course it's a Ragtop. That's a big plus. Alright, let's open up that engine part. That all original. That marking out right there. I've never seen that. Huh. Alright, we'll get ready for a compression test. Alright guys, we're checking out the motor here on the 61 Ragtop. Checking out that serial number there. Oh, that's over full. Yeah, that's definitely over full. Big time. Get an idea of the in play. You can hear that. Yeah, let's get a look underneath. Oh yeah, yeah, it definitely has a major oil leak. I can see it's the valve covers too, but it's a little bit everywhere. Yeah, when it starts getting all excessive in play, it'll start putting the oil out kind of everywhere. Yeah, well, I mean, you put a dial indicator on it when you're done, but you can get an idea.
Pull it back and forward.
And if you can hear it like that, then that's excessive.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to hear it even if it was even 6,000. You probably wouldn't even hear a thing. But this is,
six
I
is
mean,
the number. It's
yeah,
the top.
yeah, that's the top. So if you can hear it, it's beyond a refresh. Definitely going to show greater excessive in play in it. Yeah, if I can hear it. You ready, Doc?
All right, tell me when you're ready.
All right, go ahead. 105. That's less than I expected. All right, I'm on number 2. Go ahead.
All right.
125, number 2.
Do you have any of the early attachments? Obviously, over time, my guess is they kicked a few of the original nuts.
Oh yeah, these are actually the ones they sell at VDUB. These are just the empty. All right, Dalton, we're on number 3. Let's go ahead.
All right.
110. So it's got a new coil and a new fuel pump on it.
Yeah.
A new fuel filter. And a generator with a voltage regulator, which is correct for the car. I love the oil bath.
Yeah, you don't see many of those anymore.
Yeah, I have one on my 72 that I've sold. I'm just finishing it up for the customer.
Did 72s have oil bath?
No, I don't think they did, but I put them on because everybody gets water in their motors when they put all these aftermarket filters on it. I mean, not on this one because it doesn't have the gills in it. You know, the slots all on it. If you had the slots on it, you're not going to get water in it. You know, I mean, it's a little different with this, but mine's much bigger. But I love them, and you get to paint them the color of the car, the color of the motor. We really detail out the motors a lot. It looks like a piece of jewelry when I'm done with it. Go ahead, Dalton. We're on cylinder number 4.
All right.
130. And this is the hotter side of the motor.
Yeah, number 3.
Number 3, exactly. They say anything below 100. I say anything around 120 or lower, because I look at it as, why would you want to invest $800 and $200 in supplies to refresh the motor, replacing all the seals and everything except for opening the case? And then when you go into the rebuild, that's opening case. Yeah, and then that's everything. And then you have to evaluate everything in there. If you have the good in play, good compression, and some of this could be, you know, valves are a way out of adjustment, you know, because every third oil change you should adjust the valves. When we do a rebuild, we adjust the valves before the break-in period, and then after the break-in period, we run it until it's hot, drop all the oil out of it, and then we do the valve adjustment and then put fresh oil in it again. And we use $7 a quart racing oil with high zinc in it because of the lifters that are on them.
I'm not sure what it all has to say on the air cleaner. And this is not my car. My suggestion for them is to try to make it as original as it can be.
I agree.
And that would, and to include, now this is me talking, so to include whatever color or however you refresh the tint to make it look as close to what it looked like when it was brand new.
Right, which would be just to make it black.
That would be my suggestion. But,
I agree with you.
But again,
A lot of people leave all the patina and everything, the age and everything the way it is outside because it takes you there. And then when they open it up, it's a piece of jewelry in the back, you know.
If you want my opinion on it, I would paint it the same color of the car, but make it kind of patina beige.
Kind of aged look.
We paint the whole thing this color, but you sand it in certain areas to make it.
If you did that, Dalton, you would leave it a flat.
Yeah.
Don't put not gloss. You leave it a flat, a matte color. But it has a gloss on it. It has a clear on it, but it doesn't have a sheen to it or shine. Huh? Oh, that would be cool.
That would be really cool, actually.
Yeah, I didn't notice that.
I would do that. Like, that's the same color as the steering wheel, too.
That's actually, I didn't notice that. Good eye there, son.
Good eye
there, son.
Okay, like, do you all do these things, or should I just buy a new good?
I would keep them. It's characteristics. No, I mean, I think since it's an original survival car, I mean, things like these, you only want to mess with the things that are really crucial to hurt the car.
I like the way
So if you had internal
I'm
rocks,
just curious. Wonder why the
like
This
you want to
needs
fix
to
it
go
up.
This, I would recommend these come out and replace them. And then all your engine seals are completely shot. And then you got the tranny seal here. That's hard as a rock. Yeah, so I mean, leave the patina, everything the way it is aged. I wouldn't even mess with interior, actually.
You know what I would do, Dad?
You were there the whole time. You know, so what, the headliner's stained a little bit. At least you have a headliner.
My nephew, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, at least but you know that. Your nephew did that.
Yeah.
when it's all pretty and new, you're gonna forget all those memories.
But hey, I would slide some portal on them.
It's kind of the theme, show your scars, show your age, and you know, don't be ashamed of it. Yeah, that's what I'm doing to this turquoise one for Allie, the girl that the one that bought the car. Yeah, you know, it's for Coker tires, it's $250 a tire to have the white walls that way. But it's $80 to $100 just to buy it's a disc, it's a rubber white disc, and you have to find the person that knows how to put them in properly. So if I can feel it with my hands, and then it's not 5 thousandths or 6 thousandths. Dunk, dunk, yep.
Fortunately, it doesn't have that much horsepower. It's killing itself. Eventually, it'll beat out the case.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said to him. It'll make the case unrebuildable eventually.
Wow, it's very simple.
Yeah, but see, there's nothing wires to it.
And that's the fuel gauge, is it?
You cut the wires off.
I didn't think they had an actual sending unit in that. My 63 didn't have a sending unit. It had a float and a lever that went up and down. It was all mechanical.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting to see, but that's
There's no way they went from this and then 63 still had a mechanical one. Now I don't speak unless I read something for myself, but why would you have us in it? This is probably an updated version.
Aftermarket.
Put in 20 years ago.
Let me see
The gas.
I may be wrong, but that was the same thing, and it came with a cable. Remember, I bought one at Bug Jam. I bought one at this Bug Jam right here on my shirt. And it came with a cable that came down here, and the float would move in there, and a little lever would go back and forth, and it would move that needle back and forth. It was just a little cable that went up there. I thought it was so neat. I mean, this might be correct, but I have to research that. Like I said, I haven't gone back this far. Looking forward to it. I mean, look at the fire. Look in here, dog.
Just as clean as can be.
Well,
Oh, you know how many hours we
I'll show you a picture of that.
Yeah, the rats got into it.
It was just all raw
But
rust.
the paint didn't come up. It's a little flat, but that's fine.
We painted it.
We painted
Oh, you did?
And then painted
Well,
it.
good match.
Missed out on the original.
It's a good match.
It is pretty good.
It's the closest thing I can find at Lowe's.
Like an antique white,
Oh, it was just a mess. We have pictures. I mean,
original jacket.
mice, feces, and urine all over the place.
Huh. Yeah. Wow.
Did they change steering gears?
No. The Beetle's been that for.
As long as it's been a flat windshield?
Yeah, yeah. As long as it had the torsion bar, that's the same gearbox. There's only 2 gearboxes. And the Super Beetle is completely different. It bolts to the body.
Suspensions and everything.
Yeah.
That's how we received it.
Alright. So that's really the fuel gauge, but you said something about blinkers too?
The blinkers aren't. Here's the wires for the lights. The dimmer lights.
Right.
They're just loose here. That's the radio. That's for the speaker. Here's 2 wires that I think were hooked to a horn, but the horn's not there. I don't know if the wire's there.
And the horn would have went underneath one of these fenders. Is it down here? It's right here. So that's, the horn goes in right here. Why'd you go that way? So it goes up there. What colors are those wires? Brown, black, and yellow. That's not brown, black, and yellow. Why would they go through there? Well, it's correct because they got metal tabs. Huh. Oh, that's what I just love about going into a year that I haven't done yet before, because everything's different, whole new thing to learn.
And it's interesting because even inside of years, you have to look at the VIN to figure out which one has this and which one doesn't.
Right, and some of it splits right in the middle of the year.
Yep. Many people's, mine was the same way.
Right,
People would
I've
go out
already
and
made repairs to this.
And they would think they closed it like this, buckled it around there.
Yeah, I haven't seen that latch. That wasn't in my,
I didn't see that. I've never seen that.
that wasn't in our 63.
Remind you when you're doing it, make sure you raise it slightly.
Right.
Knee,
Okay.
it'll join.
Oh yeah.
And then the first time you
No, I don't want to mess that up.
Yeah.
I'm just showing you. There you go.
That's cool.
Neat.
Yeah, that German engineering
Yeah.
at its best.
The way they did multiple things together is just fascinating.
The German bus we're gonna do, a 1974 bus motor I have back at my house. I asked the guy what his name was, full name, on the phone, because he was sending it to me, and I could tell he had an accent. And he goes, "Just call me Herman the German." And I told him about my son, and he said, "Anything you want, German food or a beer, I'll bring it to you." And I said, my son was born in Erding outside of Munich. They have the world's most famous Hefeweizen, and he taped one in a box and taped it to the motor and shipped the motor to me from Sanford. And I opened up and there was an Erdinger Hefeweizen. And I told my son, and he goes, "Well, Dad, I got one right here. We're on FaceTime. Got one right here. Want to have a German beer together?" So we're oceans apart enjoying the same beer.
Nice.
That was awesome.
Can you get the same hood? Does it make sense to?
I can fix that.
Because it needs, somebody decided to.
Just screw through it.
Right?
Yeah, because
So-
it has pins on each side, and
Yep, they shouldn't have done that. This line
we'd have to
here-
match that color.
On this side.
She was talking about replacing the seal too.
Yeah, I see that. That's a pain in the butt too.
My grandfather bought my 59 in 59. And his approach to parking was, he never turned around, he just would bump into things with the bumper. Eventually, the same thing happened to the front and the rear.
Yeah,
But I
actually-
cheated, I just,
This is the part where they rot out that trim, and it's actually there, the whole thing.
also the bottom, as you know, the spare tire.
Usually rots out.
Yeah, and they never changed this seal for years. It's always been the same. It might be a few more inches longer because of what they did with the Beetle hood, but the same method here. There's like 3 or 4 little rubber plugs you have to get into the holes in this area. I tell you, it's a real pain in the butt because when you paint the whole car, that's off. And when you put the seal back in it, you hope you have the right gap to where you can slowly go around and a 1/2 inch at a time and force it under that lip without cracking that paint. And you don't want to have to go and tap it down. You want it to be right where you're squeezing it under it and it expands on the other side. Yeah.
That color.
Oh yeah.
Paint that.
Oh yeah.
Paint this, that,
Mhm.
the actual rim, and then put porta walls on.
Oh
That
yeah.
would look sweet, wouldn't it?
Probably 2-inch porta
Yeah,
walls
not
on
too
instead of the
big,
3-inch I
nice
went with. Because I'm wondering if I went too far, because I mean the tire's a little low, so. But once you get to doing that, it's gonna start pulling
You
that.
got bigger tires than that anyway.
Yeah, I do have bigger tires in there. Boy, the original carpet down there. That's so
And what's
cool.
amazing is when you look at underneath the battery here,
Mhm.
it
No
is
rot.
solid.
Wow.
I mean, it's amazing. The only problem is they put a battery in it, it's slightly too tall, so the bail that goes around it and clicks over is too short.
Hmm.
So I don't know, it's a 6-volt, but it's a little tall.
Still has the same Southeast Missouri State
Yeah, that's
where she went to college. Back when this was a new car.
Well, it's 4
Awesome.
years old, and
Yeah.
her dad gave it to her so she could drive to college in Cape Girardeau, Missouri.
That's great. I love the little bitty lights back then. So little.
And the part of the electric update needs to make sure that all the lights work.
Right,
Directional signals, brake lights,
And the horn and all that.
the horn. Well, and the horn isn't hooked up to anything.
I see that underneath it.
Button that's cobbled in there. And,
underneath it, yeah.
and that's not what it needs to be.
I restored, and it was one of the oldest cars I've ever restored, 1954 Crown Vic. It's actually Victoria, they
Sure.
didn't say Crown back then. 2-door, first year of the overhead valve V8.
Okay.
Flathead was 1953.
Okay.
And the horn, I was doing all the wiring, and he spent thousands of dollars for that fabric coated
Yep.
wiring where it's braided and everything. And I'm gonna wire the horn, and it said something like 57-inch long wire for the horn. I'm like, what in the world would the wire need to be 57 inches long for? And I'm looking at the schematic, I'm like, there's no way. They bored a hole straight through the steering wheel column like a rifle barrel.
Really?
And then it went through where it hooked onto the gearbox. There was a hole straight through the shaft on the gearbox, and it came out the other side, and it went like 5 inches.
That's amazing.
So the whole steering wheel could turn, but that wire it would eventually wear. They didn't come up with the idea of the brass, the copper ring,
Yep.
and then the little button would just sit there, and you could just keep turning the wheel and always have a connection. It was, wow, think of all the labor they went through to bore the steering wheel column and that gearbox out.
Amazing.
Yeah. My first car in 1961. You got to, did you already take a picture?
I sent him. I sent him all my pictures. PeeWEE and me.
PeeWEE and me. That's cool.
Where the windshield washer fluid, I don't know if it's pressurized.
Yeah, you take your spare tire. And you're supposed to come. And I'm coming out to do this in a house call, so I mean. So.
You're a doctor.
Don't forget to bring your bag next time.
Dr. Bug, Dr. G-Man. Hey guys, it's Dalton. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. We had a fun time coming over to their house and recording a video of PeeWee and sharing the life and story and memories of PeeWee. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this. Stay tuned for more videos on PeeWee and us fixing the engine to get it back to a good running state. So drop a like, comment, subscribe, and have a just buggin' of a day.